This video, I'm going to explain Guardian Raids simply. By the end of this video, you will understand how to find Guardian Raids, what this user interface is, how to get to the higher level Guardian Raids, how to find people, how to do Guardian Raids with you, and what is required in order to unlock Guardian Raids in the first place. If that is the answers you were looking for, consider by the end of the video if I've earned your subscription. Let's go ahead and look into this user interface first, and I'll explain it. This is the Guardian Raid interface. It will tell you every bit of information you need to know about Guardian Raids. If you're looking on how to open this interface, at any area that's like a major town, there will be a red icon that has like this yellow looking like deer antler things, okay? You can find these boards and you can click on the boards to open this interface. This is at every major town. However, if you are not far enough in the story, you will not have access to this portion of the game, regardless of if your town has the Guardian Raid or not. It can be slightly confusing in the beginning of the game because they show you these Guardian Raid things around towns, but you don't yet have the ability to unlock it. So if you're wondering, why can I not actually access this and take a look at it? Or if it says, please continue and do more storyline or something like that, or have like a blue mission here required, that means you have not done enough of basically the primary story in order to unlock Guardian Raids. By the time you've completed through North Vern, it will mandatory make you go and unlock Guardian Raids. It is part of the story. So once again, if this doesn't work for you and you can't get this, just continue the game. The only reason you would not be able to have access to this is if you followed some weird guide that told you go here and jump past and skip this one or something like that. Just follow what the game was obviously intended to have you go through in order to unlock this. Now, let's say that you have it unlocked and you want to understand it. This is the screen. Whenever you open it, you're going to see a few things on your screen. On the left-hand side, you will see the different available monsters to fight. There is Raid Level 1 and Raid Level 2, Raid Level 3, etc. As you go up the raid levels, the strength of your hero will be required to have a higher item level. Meaning I cannot access Raid Level 3 because my item level is 576, but once I have 802 item level, I will be able to access this, granted that I have all the other prerequisites other than just the gear. What would the other prereqs be? If you look here, it says I must clear one of every boss prior, meaning all of Raid Level 2 needs to have been cleared at least once, so that way I can go on to the next level. For Raid Level 2 to be unlocked, that means I have to clear all the Raid Level 1 bosses. So essentially, if you want to get to Raid Level 3, you will have to have beat all of the bosses in Level 1, Level 2, and have the required item level to go into Level 3. Now, let's say that you are doing these and you do not want to get the rewards because you've been, let's say, very lazy and you are now item level 802, let's say, and you can go all the way to Level 3, but as you do the prior ones, you're going to harvest some of the Guardian Souls. Well, what you can do is when you go to matchmaking here and you click it and it becomes available, it will have this check mark that will allow you to harvest Guardian Souls. You can click this off, and that means you're basically doing the run just for the love of doing the run. You will not receive your Guardian Soul rewards that are limited per day. If you look here, Guardian Souls earned 1 and 2. You get to do 2 of these, and you get to claim 2 souls every single day. For that reason, if you, like I was saying, were lazy earlier and you have higher level, what you can do is defeat all of the bosses in Level 1, all of the bosses in Level 2. Then when you go to Level 3, you would be able to just claim your resources that day. Now, this is not the way it's going to work for most people. Most of the time when you are doing these bosses, you're just going to be claiming the souls every day because you will be desperate for the rewards. What kind of rewards can we get? Well, as you can see, there's not only accessory rewards, which can be quite important in terms of getting the better engravings that we've covered in a different video. It also gives you the rewards required to level up your gear in order to hone your gear, which we covered in the previous video. And as you know, the honing materials can be very expensive, difficult to get your hands on. And so for that reason, you might want to farm these every single day. There is other rewards that aren't mentioned in very many of the videos I've seen out there. For instance, if you actually go and you look at the achievements under, I think it's, where is it here? I always forget this one. There's an achievements panel under the goal. Let's find it here. Roster achievements. It's under roster achievements, okay? So if you go to achievements panel, what you can actually do is go to raids. You can go through and you can see the different bosses you've killed. For instance, this is like the Abyssal Dungeons here. These are something actually separate than Guardian Raids. But you can also see your Guardian Raids right here, which is different. It says Raid, not Abyssal Dungeon, but it's actually under Combat Guardian Raid, okay? Took me a moment to find it here. So if you look, Legendary Hunter, Common, Clear, Guardian Raids. So just clearing the Guardian Raids will give you more titles and also give you roster experience. Some of them give you some titles that you might be interested in. For instance, I want to kill the Yumi Firefox lady, because if I look here, it gives you the title Red. And, you know, I'm a ginger, and I want to do... you know, red is my title. So if there is a title in particular that you're excited about, that might be something that was a reason for you to fight these bosses over and over again, even if you don't get the rewards. You could then farm a title. And as you can see, this is a free-to-play way to be able to farm your cards as well. So I don't want you to think that the only reason to do the Guardian Raids are just for harvesting the souls, as there are rewards above and beyond it. Now, as far as finding a team, you have 3 different options. If you enter, you're going to just go in by yourself, not recommended unless you're a god. Okay, matchmaking will automatically find, like I showed you prior, is going to find 4 people and put them all together and say, let's go. Now, it's not going to guarantee the quality of these people. It may be someone that's never done the dungeon before, or, you know, it could be a god. You don't know. It could be someone willing to carry you. However, if you go to Find Party, you can look manually or even create your own lobby and then decide what raid level and which boss you want to do, and then tell other people your stipulations, like no mechanics, okay? You need to know how to do it. Now, there is people that are probably already going to have their lobby available saying, you know, need DPS or whatever. If you're looking to get carried, sometimes you'll see people saying stuff like quick run. If you look here, this is for a lower raid level, and he is level 840, which is higher than me, being right about at the 580 mark. Therefore, this gentleman would probably be able to carry me quicker than if I just did it by myself, for instance. Now, it is the type of situation where even though you can solo it, this isn't necessarily the one I recommend to solo. There is stagger checks, there is mechanics that can be difficult, and there's also, like, some of the bosses have mechanics that were like CC one person in its entirety, and being focused down by a boss isn't so great. But if you want to challenge yourself, by all means, go ahead and do it. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, DM, this is great, but I need to know the mechanics of each of these boss. Well, they're all different. And so for that reason, you're going to have to see in the future of this video, or in the future of these videos on this channel here, I will cover each of these and break down the actual mechanics, meaning how to evade them, how to play it and optimize DPS, etc., including which grenades to use, as there is some grenade priorities for each one of these. One thing I want to mention here when we talk about that is, if you look, some of them are actually weak to certain elements, weak to water, for instance. So if you're the type of person that has the access to be able to change your skills, and some skills on the 3rd tier, and I'll show you here just very briefly, if you go down, we'll actually be able to change the type of damage it actually does. So if I go and show you like mountain, you know, this, it can do like earth-based damage, for instance. Some of these will change, like this one, I can change it to fire or to earth. So go ahead and check that in your skills too. There may be a way that you're not even aware of, like for instance, this one's weak to fire, this one's weak to earth. There may be a way you're not even aware of actually generating more damage and penetrating their defenses better than you were originally expecting. Hopefully this helped. If I did earn that subscription, like I mentioned in the beginning, consider doing that now. Thanks for everything, and go ahead and watch another one of my videos.